Hello, hi, hey, hi, hello. My name is Jewel. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and just go over all of the books that I read in July and my reviews in them and stuff. My cat's in the background. She says hello. So I actually already filmed this video and spent and then, my phone was just like, no. So I'm now editing this on a brand new editing app because the app that I would edit on was the problem. So, screw you, video star. But yeah, so sorry if this video looks bad. I've never edited on whatever app I decide to use before, but you know what? We're just rolling with it because I guess. So to start off, the first book that I read in July was Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna McGuire. It's the second book in the Wayward Children series, and it follows Jack and Jill into their little fantasy land, the Moors, I believe it's called. I don't remember. It was I did this on the first day of July. I gave this 5 stars. There's all of my tabs, by the way. Very cool. And I just feel like Jack and Jill's story was so cool, and how you got this whole beginning of just from before they were born to them going to through their door, and how them as characters are fully developed in such a small amount of pages. And I just think that it was amazing. I loved the story. I was bawling my eyes out at the end. And Jack is probably one of my favorite characters of all time, because I just feel I don't know, I just love her. And that's this book. Next book I read, I got from the Libby app from my library or whatever, and so I read it by audiobook, and that is Girls Like Girls by Haley Kiyoko. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars because I feel like it was a good book, and I mean the music video and just the song in general completely raised me during middle school. It was when I first began to realize that I may be a little bit not straight, and just it really helped me just kind of learn to accept myself for who I am. I feel like the book itself didn't have anything special to it, I guess. I mean, it was really good, but also just not mind-blowing. I don't know, it was just kind of just a mid book, I guess. I don't know, but at the same time, I feel like as a lesbian, most of the romance books that I read do tend to be WLW because it just makes me feel seen in a way, and lets me connect to my own life in a way. And so I feel I've read too much, and now my standards for those types of books are way too high. But also, I don't know. And I feel I don't know, it was kind of stereotypical in a way, and also I feel it moved really fast, but also I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of insta-love books, and it was kind of giving insta-lovey. I feel the main character, whose name I literally cannot remember, even though I read this on, I believe, July 5th, just had a crush on the main love interest way too fast. I don't know, and I don't know, it moved too quickly, and I'm just not really a big fan of that because, I don't know, I feel those relationships are always the ones that are bound to fail when they just connect way too quickly. So, you know what? Yeah. Okay, so the next book I read on my Kindle, and that is Flower Heart by Catherine Bakewell. And okay, so before I get into this book, I just want to take a second to show off my Kindle case, because I recently redid it, because what happened is I got my Kindle from my mom because this is her old one and she got a new one for her birthday or Christmas, or I don't even remember. But so she gave me her old one, and it had her case on it, and it just really my thing. The stickers that I put on it, because it had a design on the case or whatever, they just kind of made it look like a mess, so I ended up getting a clear case, and I love it so much. There are 7 stickers on here, and 4 of them do have to relate to Taylor Swift, because I mean, it's me. And I just love it so much. And the pop socket, literally a game changer. I saw a YouTuber, I think it was Haley, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry. I doubt you're watching this, but if you are, I apologize for pronouncing your name wrong. I'm very bad at pronouncing words. But yeah, I saw Haley have one when I was watching one of her videos, and I was like, that's a game changer right there, and I got it for myself and just highly recommend. But besides that, back to the book review. Flower Heart, 5 stars. Oh my god, I love this book so much. Clara and Xavier have my whole heart. Oh, okay, so I am a sucker for childhood friends to lovers. It's like my favorite trope ever. Like, honestly, I whenever I see videos where being like friends to lovers is so boring, I get so mad because it's so cute. And can you guys tell that Mary's song is like one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever? No, I'm sorry, I just love it so much. It's so adorable and so cute, and I love them. And also I feel like just the symbolism between like magic and anxiety and like holding in your emotions, and the message of like just feeling your emotions and how it is okay to feel your emotions is just so good, and the writing is so beautiful, the message is beautiful. I just love it so much. And just the growth of Clara as a character, it's so good, and I just love it. The book is so underrated. The vibes are amazing. It's just, I love it. Okay, the next book I read, I don't have with me because I let my friend Alona borrow it, but I'm gonna message her and see if she could send me a photo of my tabs because there are many in there. But the next book that I read is It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, which I gave 4.5 stars. I feel like I did like the first one better because something about the characters just felt a little bit infuriating in this book, and I really don't know why. I think I made this point in my like Cape Beach reading vlog or something. It was like the characters are a bit infuriating, but it's a YA love triangle romance, so you should expect them to be infuriating or just something like that. And I mean, that is true, but also like, I don't know, like just some of the things that Belly did and said were just not in the right moments, which I'm not gonna say because it could technically be spoilers, but it's just like, why? But at the same time, I just love the series so much. It just will, I don't know, I have a memory of last summer when season 1 of the show came out. Me and my sister watched it together, and even though it is a little bit cringe and the acting isn't really the greatest, it just always has a special place in my heart. And so I feel like that's just something that I can't get rid of, so I may be a bit biased, but yeah, I did give this book 4.5 stars. Okay, this next book is one that did come as a little bit of a shock to me because I really thought I was gonna like this, and at the very beginning I was really liking it, but then it just got really slow. And that book is Ariadne. I am a sucker for Greek mythology. I love Greek mythology so much, and I don't know. This book is a retelling of Ariadne, Theseus, and the Minotaur and all of that jazz. And I believe that, like, it's just a really good story, and Jennifer Saint did a really good job at retelling it, but the text is just so dense. Like, let me find a good page where it just shows how just dense it is. The font is just so small, and it's so close together, and I have a very bad case of ADHD. I don't know why I said it like that, but just, yeah, I have really bad ADHD, and it's really hard for me to stay like focused on something for a while, and I feel like just the writing became very slow and it just kind of dragged on for a bit. So even though there were many beautiful quotes and it has such a good and powerful message, and I did do just a few tabs, just a few, not many, I did give it 3.5 stars. I heavily recommend this book because it is just very gorgeous writing and it has such a good message, but also just keep in mind it is a little bit slow, or at least it was for me. I don't know, like I said, I have a hard time staying focused on like anything, so it might just be me, but yeah, I did really like this book still, and that's that. Oh my god, okay, so the next book is one that I got from the library, so I, again, don't have it here with me, but that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was the second Emily Henry book that I've ever read, and trust me, there will be more. So I read Happy Place, and then I read Beach Read, and funnily enough, they both got 4.5 stars, but this one's only about Beach Read because Happy Place was earlier this year, and I just loved this book so much. It was so close to a 5-star too, but there was just something holding me back just a little bit. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but there was just something holding me back in the back of my mind. And so 4.5 stars, but best believe I loved that book. It's so good, so cute, and I love the depth behind the characters, because I feel like with so many romance books, it's just like, it's only focused on like the character development between the two characters together, and there's not really much like story and background and development between the characters alone. And I feel like if you can't like the characters individually and like have a good story between both of them of just separately, then you're not gonna have a good romance book. And I feel like that's what all romance books are. And so I just really enjoyed this book in like the story, and just it was so good. Okay, so the next book is another surprise and also disappointment. So that is One of Us is Lying. I originally was upset with myself for not annotating it and like tabbing it and underlining it and stuff, and looking back on it, I'm actually not very mad at myself for not doing that. I gave it 2.5 stars. It wasn't like treacherous, like it wasn't terrible, and it was very entertaining. It was the book that got me out of a just terrible reading slump. Like it was like, hold up, I finished this book on July 27th. When did I finish Beach Read? Because I know it was a long time. July 21st, so 6 days, except also I started reading that on July 12th, so yeah, it took me a very long time to get through that book when I shouldn't have, and then a very long pause between Beach Read and One of Us is Lying. Okay, so the reason that I was like especially surprised that I didn't really like this is because one of my closest friends, who I trust with my whole heart, loves this book. And so I don't know why, but for some reason I was expecting like a Good Girls Guide to Murder trilogy type suspense. You can see I have it displayed because of how much I love that trilogy. So there's a quote on the back in big red letters right there. Pay close attention and you might solve this. Chapter 1. I didn't finish chapter 1 and I got it right away. Like, going into this, I was like, I'm gonna do something like that I wish I did with the Good Girls Guide to Murder trilogy, because I love and adore that trilogy with my whole heart, and I really wish that I went through and like analyzed everything and like did underlining and annotating and tabbed it up to try and figure it out instead of just like reading through it, because I feel like that could have been fun. And I wanted to do that with this, and I was upset with myself that I didn't at first, like I said. And I feel like if I did, it would have been even funnier that I guessed it before finishing chapter 1, because I got it right. Okay, I'm gonna say it now. I didn't get like the whole plot twist right with like the connections of people, but what happened to Simon is what I got right. Like how he died, I got right. Like I didn't guess the whole aftermath thing, which I'm obviously not gonna say because spoilers, but yeah. And I also did have a really big ick with this book with how Bronwyn and what's his name, Nate, like, why are you two falling in love when you're both murder suspects? Like, I don't know, just like falling in love with a trauma bond doesn't really sound very, you know, romantic to me, but maybe I'm the dumb one here, I don't know. Like, I understand becoming friends through that situation and like bonding over that. So like, you know, Addie's like friendship with Bronwyn, like I get that, and like Cooper becoming friends with them and stuff, like I get that, and like all four of them becoming friends and stuff, like they're murder suspects and they witnessed a man die in front of them. But I mean, these two haven't talked in years, and they watched a man fall dead before them, and they decide then, oh yeah, let's fall in love. Like, what? But yeah, I think for the fun of it, I might keep reading the series because there's 2 more books and I just want to see if it gets better because I love torturing myself. And also, it was entertaining. Like, I don't know, it kept me invested in the story just to realize that I wasted all that time because I guessed it before the first chapter. But yeah, that's One of Us is Lying. Can't really recommend this because it did kind of waste my time because I could have read like 10 pages and I read, what is it, 358. So I could have read 10 pages and I read 358 of them because it would have been the same ending pretty much, but yeah. Okay, anyways, so the final 3 books that I read is a comic graphic novel series, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I love these books so much. I originally read them because I watched the movie with my dad and I loved it so much, and he owns them, and I'm so happy I did because, oh my god, the books are so much better than the movie. Yeah, the books are so good. I feel like the changes that were made were good, and I love how just... I love Kim Pine so much. Easily probably my favorite character ever. Like, I have a t-shirt of her. Like, I love her so much. She's... I think I said in my review on Goodreads of the 3rd book that I am the love child between Ramona Flowers and Kim Pine, and I stand with that statement. Like, they're just me. I gave them all 5 stars because they are all just so goofy and wacky, and I just love them. So I feel like it's just such a good just satire on just life, and it just is such a good book about just like video games in real life, and it has such an amazing art style to it, and I just love the you have to defeat my 7 evil exes plot. It's just so goofy, and it's just this dude who just wants love, but he doesn't. It's so funny, and just like, I don't know, it's like this dude just is probably, in hindsight, a terrible boyfriend, and yet he gets Ramona Flowers and defeats her 7 evil exes. Anyways, Kim deserved better, but at the same time, love those books so much. So when I originally filmed this video, I also added my August TBR section at the end, and I don't really know if I'm gonna do that because I feel like I've already made a kind of dent into that, even though it's what, the 6th day? Oh, it's the 7th. I'm sorry, the 7th. It's been, you know, a week into August, but I've already made a little dent into it, and so I don't know, but I guess what I'm reading right now is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, because boo. Sorry for that abrupt cut. Me a few days later editing this, moments before disaster, because I finished that book that night, and I just want to finish this book, or not this book, because I just want to finish this series because I read the first one in June, the second one in July, so might as well finish the 3rd one. I just started it and I already am wanting to punch one of the characters in the face. Lovely. But just another 2 things I read that I'm not going to give my reviews until the August one, because yeah, is the next 2 books in the Wayward Children series, book 3 and book 4. I love so much. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you could, please leave a like and subscribe, but obviously you don't have to, just, you know, throwing it out there. If you like more bookish content, I have 2 more videos out on my channel already. A year wrap-up thingy and a little reading vlog thingy, I don't know. And I'm actually about to start filming another one literally as soon as I finish this. It's 4 p.m. and I'm gonna do a reading 5 hours per day thing, and I haven't started, so I'm gonna be up late tonight. But yeah, that's gonna be fun, and so that's something to look forward to if you like my content. So yeah, But just thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here so much. Mwah. Snickers says goodbye as well. She's lovely. She's a pretty chonky cat, but we love her all the same. Mwah. She says goodbye. Thank you. Mwah. Love you. Bye.